Good morning. I hope you are doing well. I just want to give an overview of my project, a CLI project that I created. I told you guys I will share. My project revolves around, from my model's point of view, I have 3 tables: technical instructor, a student, and a course model, right? These 3, right? Yes. Also, these tables have a relationship whereby a technical instructor has many courses. You can see it from this point of view. You can see here. And also, a student can have many courses. So you can view from this point of view, right? So a technical instructor does not have a direct, right? Does not have a direct relationship with a student, but rather have an indirect relationship with a student through the course. That's why we have one-to-many, an instructor having many courses, and at the same time one-to-many where a student has many courses. Yes. So as you can see, this is my my models, right? Yes, I have done. I've already created the database tables. I've already done the migrations and also migrated it. So I already have my SQLite database with the courses, with the student, and also with a technical instructor, right? So I already have some of this. Yes. So now, based on this project, remember I'm not explaining, I'm not actually coding along. I'm just explaining what I've already done because of time. Yes, so we also have here config. So from the config, this is a main file that will be shared by most of your files. Main reason is because you can have a lot of division. You can divide most of your code inside the main to have multiple files. So if you do that, that means you will need to avoid repetition. So that's why I have this file where you import the session maker, import all the models, create a session, and then you go to this main file and then you import it. All right? Okay. Now, let me just remove all this. Now, in my main file, in my main.py, I have created the function for my CRUD operations, right? So as you can see here, I have this function that is a function to add an instructor. We also have a function to view, a function to update, and a function to delete, right? Yes. So in each of these, you'll realize that it is asking the user for an input, which is very important. So if this one is called, the user will be asked for an input for that name and email. That's what is required for a TM, right? Yes, name and email. For the created, of course, this one is a default. Yes, it takes the current date time. So, so we have the instructor here now. It is now being added. You can see instructor is equals to technical instructor, and then name is equals to name, email is equals to email. That's initializing. Yes, using the model. These are model name, and then now you add the instructor, which is this variable, and then you commit. That means you save the changes to the database, and then you can print this to the user. So remember, at the end of the day, you need to also tell the user that you added the instructor or something, right? Same thing with the rest. For the view, technical instructors, so you fetch all the instructors by using session.query and then technical instructor.all, right? Yes, you pass your model, and then .all means you fetch all of them. And then after fetching, remember, this is an array. Let me call it a list. This is a list. So if it is a list, because you want to print them, you will actually have to loop through it and print, right? Yes, so that's why this one will actually print. It will actually loop through it and then it will print. Same thing with the update. Yes, so remember, for update, you first need to enter ID of what you want to update. right? And also come and now do the update. But now remember, after entering an ID that what you want to update, so first of all, you search if that instructor is actually existing in our database. So that's what you first need to do, right? So that's why you come here and then you query the instructor and then you filter by the ID. You can see filter by ID, and then you get the first values. That's the point. Okay, so after getting it, you check. Do we have an instructor? So that's based on this one. Do we have it? If we have it, now ask the user for the new values, right? Ask the user for the new values. So you can see here, input and enter a new name. Yes, so I added this one to be a functionality, right? To make it more fun, where you say enter a new name and then the current name is the one that we just fetch, and then .name. Same with .email. And then you now commit and then you print that it has been updated successfully. Else, of course, the instructor is not found. So that means if there's no instructor here, based on this query that you search based on also this ID, if there's no instructor, now print the instructor is not found. Same with the delete. Of course, while you are deleting, you'll ask the user for ID of an instructor you want to delete. It will search from our database using session.query, the model name, and then you filter by the ID, which is this instructor ID, and then the first. So if the instructor is there, go ahead and delete. If there's not there, it will tell you instructor not found. All right. So the same will happen in the course. Same thing. But now, remember, you also need, while you are creating a course, you need to pass the instructor ID. That means you have to pass an ID, right? And then you pass it here. So ensure that while you are passing also this kind of IDs, you also pass the ID that exists in the instructor table, right? So in short, while I will be creating this, you need to create the instructor first before the course. All right, and then we also have the session.add. Now, of course, this one is for just adding the course, and then you commit, and then you pass the message. Same with the view, right? Same with update, same with delete course, right? Same with student, adding student, same thing. Of course, while you're adding a student, you just pass the name and email, right? Yes. So, what else do I have? I think I forgot to add something here for the add student. For the add student, we have the course ID. Sorry for that. Yes, I was supposed to add a course ID also. So that's for the add student. Sorry for that. I will also say input enter the course. Yes, that is the course that the student is actually doing. And then I'll come and say enter the course ID. Okay, same thing will happen here. I just come and say course ID is equals to course ID. It's the same thing. Yes, it is because I also added this field. You can see. Yes, so it's a must for me to add that value, because how can I know that this student actually is doing this course? Same to the view students. You can say, yes, for the view students again, I will have to add the course. Student email, I'll also add the course. That's the course ID. Yes. Now you can use the what we call the joins to ensure that you fetch the student and also the related course. So you can play around with that. Yes. But now in the SQLAlchemy point of view, and also update the student. So while updating the student again, I will also need to pass the course ID. Yes, student, sorry for that, guys. Course ID, enter the new course ID, current student dot course ID. This is just telling the user this is the current. Yes, when I fetch up, you just fetch it here, and then you now tell the user enter the new course ID, and then the current student ID is this one. That's the point. Yes, and then student updated successfully. After you commit, if we don't find the student before you update, you also pass student not found here. Same with the delete. Delete, of course, you need to pass the student ID. And then, of course, you find, you look for the student if it is there in the database. If it is not there, give the student not found error. Now, let's go now to the main CLI. So remember, these were just pure functions. Now, when you go to the CLI here, yes, now this is where we defined the main function. Remember, this main function, of course, at the end of this point, you need to call it, right? Yes, you need to call the main function for this one to work. Yes. Yes, so so you can see here while loop, right? Yes, so you start with the while loop. Yes, so while this one is called, start by clearing the system, right? So any function that you call here, it will have to clear, right? Or is the system that clear? Oh, let me just remove this. I added multiple. The reason is because I was using Ubuntu and Windows, so that's why I added this. But because we are using Ubuntu, I will just do the normal clear. Okay, yes. So you come here. So you start with clearing the screen, and then you start by printing the message. You're asking the user, you tell the user, welcome to a tech school, what do you want to do? And then you give the user the choices. Then we have the variable here to allow the user to enter the choice. Yes, if the choice is 1 again, you go ahead and also clear the screen and then add the menu again, right? So all this, this is a menu. Again, you have the instructor menu. So if the user entered add instructor, right? If the user chooses the first one, we call the function for add technical instructor, which is actually this one. You can see, which is actually this one. You can see, right? It will call it, and then when this one is called now, the user is now asked, enter this, enter this, enter this. Same thing will happen with the rest. Yes, if it chooses to, that is view, it will actually call the view. Same thing will happen with the rest. Same thing with if the user chooses manage courses, it will work the same way. Remember all this, it happens because we've already created the functions there. Again, as you can see here, at the end of each, you can see we have the please enter to continue. Yes, you can see that, right? Yes. So the purpose of this is to do the main purpose is one thing, to post the user view, right? This one is meant to post the user view, right? It actually ensures that the user has a time to read and understand the output of the previous operations, right? Yes. Before you continue, that is the main point, right? So if the user presses any key, it will continue. And remember, that is the main also purpose of while true. This one is also very important, so that if the user presses enter to continue, right? Yes, it will just revisit the same menu, which is this one, right? Yes. Also, its main purpose, it also prevents the automatic flow, right? So without this prompt, this program might instantly display the next menu, especially if there is no additional input. So that's the main purpose of it, right? So if you have this, ensure that the while also is there. Again, so from all these choices, you can see I have the press to continue. And again, if the user presses invalid value, you'll be prompted to choose it again, and then you enter to continue. So you'll be also prompted. Yes. So you'll be prompted, and then you told press enter to continue, and then you'll now press enter and then do your stuff, right? All right. So so after doing all this, yes, in case you have any question, you'll just reach out concerning it. So let me now run it. Just delete that, and then let me run it again. Yes. So you can see how it looks like. Yes. So this is how it looks like. So now let me now enter some values. So let me choose the first one, which is manage technical instructors. Yeah, so you'll see it will bring you to this menu, right? So do you want to add? Yes. Instructor's name, Kelvin. That means that function is called Kipchumba, right? Enter your email, kk@gmail.com, right? Instructor added successfully. Press enter to continue. So it will bring me now to the same menu. If I say view instructors, it will now show me the instructors. If I want to update, I can update it. For example, I want to update the first one, which is this one. I made a mistake. So I'll say update, which is 3. I'll say update, which is 3. Enter ID, which is 1. So I want to update the new name. I will say Mike. Email mike@gmail.com, right? Instructor updated successfully. So now press enter to continue. Can I view instructors? 2. You can see now it has been updated. So this is the kind of menu that you are required to do, right? Yes. If I want to go back to the main menu, you just press enter and then I press 5. You can see it brings me again to the main menu. If I want to manage courses, you go to 2, add course, course title, IT, instructor ID, which is I can say Mike, which is the first one. Course added successfully. Press enter to continue. View courses, you can see, right? IT and then instructor ID is 1, right? Yes. Same thing with the delete. If you want to delete, you can still delete. You can just go continue, press 4. ID of the course you want to delete, which is 1. Course deleted successfully. Press enter again. You can view the courses. You can see when I print view courses, there's nothing to display because we don't have any course, right? Yes. Until you add a course, that's when you can view it, right? Okay. So that's about this simple CLI. You can test the rest. I will give you the source code. You can test the rest, and then you can give me the feedback in case you face a difficulty. But apologies, I did not do the code alone. The main reason is because of time. But that's all. I will also share the project idea of this project, which is this one, and then you'll go through it. Otherwise, thank you and have a nice day or nice evening.